Dre Clark, aka Andre Clark. I'm back. Yesterday I just wasn't feeling it. Just wasn't feeling it. Alright, so now where's the power cord at? Trying to make sure that my cell phone doesn't go dead anytime soon. Here we go. I think I got some juice here. Just in case. Get some juice. Alright, hope everybody's okay out there. And I know tomorrow is supposed to be a big day for some of us. I've only played at church last Sunday, so I'm still trying to get my drive together, or I want to say my drive. Yeah, I guess I should say it like that. My momentum, get the momentum back. You know what? I better not even bother trying to do this. I'm trying to get my momentum back. Let me see. I probably even messed it up already, anyways. Let me see. Oh, I didn't. Jinx myself. All right. Trying to get my momentum back. My momentum. Practicing back again. Especially on the organ. I spent a lot of time on the keyboard. And then sometimes when I do that, it just kind of throws me off from being on the organ. Yeah, that happens. For those who are trying to learn how to play the organ, now what I do on mine is I put the drawbar set instead of all the way not at the 8. I put them at the 7 or the 6, pretty much the 6. If you got a powerful Leslie speakers, there's no, I mean, in my opinion, there's no point of bringing them all the way out to the 8. Now, I may bring my bass line out to the 7 or the 8. Again, like I said, I can go in, no sound, and bring my volume up. I also have a tab over here that says, for mine it says normal or soft. So if I press down on soft, that's the max you're gonna get, even with the drawbars out. Okay, so basically, for those who don't understand how to control your volume on the organ, you have 3 options. Alright, you have 3 options. First option you have is the pedals. I call it the gas pedal, down below the foot on the right foot. And so you can go in or come out. Come in or out. And sometimes if you go all the way down, you might not hear nothing at all, or barely hear it. Now, if you are hearing something, chances are the organ needs to be serviced. Because generally, when you go all the way down, you shouldn't hear absolutely nothing. Like, there should be no sound. I barely hear it. Like, the decimal is pretty much really like that, but I still hear it. So I do need to get my organ serviced. So definitely, for sure, it's down low enough that y'all probably can't hear it, but I can. So you can control your gas. I call it the gas pedal. Also, you can control your volume by using your drawbars. So I'm gonna give it a little gas, and then you can put the drawbars in. Now, if you push the drawbars all the way in, you can get nothing. I don't care how much you press down on the gas, ain't nothing gonna happen there. But as soon as you pull out the drawbar settings, and I got it all the way floored, then we got gas. Alright, I'm gassing it. Now I can come up off the gas with the pedals, and then I can also help it out by pushing in the drawbar settings. And 2 brown drawbar settings for the bass pedals. So you got the lows. I'm on F low right now. I want that F to be the octave higher. Then I just made it to go octave higher, then I'll move the foot up to the F. If I want an extra higher, octave higher, then I pull out the drawbar settings. If I want to double up, when I say double up, pull both of them out, I get that. If I go down here to the low F and pull out the drawbar settings, both of them, I get both of them together. Alright, so now I got the deep bass line. Alright, but we were talking about how to control your volume with your drawbars settings, alright? That was for the pedals. But also, if I want to go normal and hit the normal button, my vibratos, they are not working. Except for when I have the vibrato in the off mode, then I can get the upper manual. It's the same scenario on whatever drawbar settings I'm on. B flat bar drawbar settings, the same scenario. I pull them all out. I'm all the way out to the 8. And again, I can go ahead and change the bass line. If I don't want the bass line in too much, I'm coming in on the pedals, coming in on the gas, and I'm still hearing myself, then I help it out and just fade out. Fade in, fade out. Now, if I got my gas all the way back, I should not really hear it at all. But I hear it, so that means my organ needs to be serviced. But generally, you're not supposed to hear it. But I can use the drawbar to fade in. I'm gonna give it a little gas. Fade in, fade out. Fade in, fade out. Fade in, fade out. Fade in, fade out. Same thing with your drawbar settings. I got them all the way out to the 8. I want to fade them in. And fade them out. Now you don't hear nothing. That's what you're not supposed to hear. It's nothing. Even if I'm gassing it, I got it all floored to the floor. I got it to the floor. Bow! Come in or out. I should not hear absolutely nothing. That's a good thing. For some reason, I can hear my bass. I don't know why. Oh, all of a sudden now I don't hear it. That's interesting. Earlier I was hearing it. Now, is it because I'm pressing down on the keys and it's making it silent? That's interesting. I got it floored. Let me take my hands off and see what happens. That was weird. Now I hear nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing leaves nothing. So I hear nothing. In, out, and I got it floored now. Now earlier I was hearing it. But suddenly now I don't hear it anymore. Okay. That take care of the B flat excuse me, the B flat drawbar settings. And then that's total 9, by the way. And we do the same thing with the other set of 9. Alright, this operates the upper manual on the organ. Same scenario I should get. Nothing. Something. Nothing. Something. Nothing. Now we go back to my bass. Okay, it shut down this time. Okay. I don't know, for whatever reason earlier it didn't do that. Okay, cool. So that's that part. Now I do have percussions, but I think my percussions over here are out, so I may have to get it serviced so I can get percussions back on the organ, whatever. Alright, so that handles that drawbar settings for these 9 sets. Now for me, let me say something before I go even further than that. I was gonna say that we have it on soft mode. Now if I put it on normal mode, and let's go back to that bass line, it's gonna be much louder than what I had. Much heavier. Now I don't have it all the way floored, I have it partial. Alright? Now I got it floored. Woo! Come in, fade out. Now you heard that little squishing sound. That means I might need, now see, I still hear it. All of a sudden I hear it. You hear it squelching, making that little. It shouldn't do that. I know why it's doing that. There's a little spring, and then there's this where the pedals are connected to this pole that allows you to smash down on the gas, and sometimes within its component, you're gonna hear that. It shouldn't be as much. It shouldn't be notable. I know mine at the church is kind of notable because sometimes it pops, make the popping sound. So you can hear it like it wants to come off and shut down, but I still hear it. Very little bit. Now remember, a minute ago, it finally stopped. As soon as I play the keyboard, see, I can still hear it. All of a sudden, I'm still hearing it. All of a sudden, let me switch over. Still hear it. That's funny. And I'm all the way off the gas. Pedals off the gas. But I still hear it. Not supposed to happen. So that means I gotta get to my organ service. But these are the ways to control your volume. You know, so if you blazing, and we use the word blazing, you going in hard or whatever, and you got that gas going out there. I have to be careful. I might break my windows. And I'm not even pushing it all the way to the floor. I'm actually literally, like, I'm almost this far before I actually have it tapped out. And my Leslie is turned up to about, it appears to be 10 is the highest, I believe, if my memory serves me to be correct. I believe 10 is the highest. I think I have mine tapped out at the 5 or the 4, I think. If my Leslie was tapped out all the way fully to the 10, I probably will be breaking some glass windows in here. I think mine is at like a 3 or a 4 or something like that. And that is loud. So can y'all imagine if I had my Leslie turned all the way up to a 10? It's only at a, it looks like a 3. I think it's at 3, I think, y'all. Hope I can get back up. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 7, 8. It's at 8. It's at 7, between 7 and 8. If I had it all the way up to the 10, I'll for sure be breaking the glass windows in here. If I had turned up my Leslie a little higher up. Woo! And I have the 45 shorty. I got the shorty. Yeah, that shorty ain't no joke. Yeah, so I got the shorty, y'all. And I barely got it at the 8. I think it's between 7 and 8, because the highest is 10. So I had to turn it down because my neighbors, they can hear me through the windows, through the wall, because it's that loud. Even right now, even at the 7 and the 8, they can still hear me. My neighbors be like, man, we can hear you over here, because their kitchen is behind my wall here. And they off the time tell me, oh man, I can tell you over there practicing for church. Yeah, so okay, let me see what else. So as I was saying, you can control your volume in 3 different routes. The pedals, I call it the gas, all right, and your drawbars. Your drawbars. Note that your gas on the I call it the gas. All right, your 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 gas pedal. I call it the gas pedals. So for me, when I'm in here in the house, I just put my drawbar settings at the 6, and I'm still going to get this the hit. My organ is still going to hit. It's still going to hit. So I figured, what's the point of me putting my drawbar settings, pulling them all the way out to the A, and that's even in here or even at church. I found out the certain quality of sound that I can get from the organ with me adjusting my drawbar settings to the 6, knowing that my Leslie is powerful, and knowing that I'm going to be heard from the back of the church to the front of the church to the back, and also the quality of the sound is going to actually give. And believe me, I've taken my recordings and gone to different places, different churches, recorded musicians everywhere that I can go at the time in my past, the blast from the past. This is before I had this one, but I have another recording system, which was this one. This was my damage control audio recording back in the day. Being that this bad boy right here, I ain't gonna lie, it was made by Sony, but the ears on here are like yeah, these are, I call these the hawk ears. These hawk ears I set in the back of the biggest church, the furthest church, far as I could possibly sit to the rear, and I could hear everybody that was in front of me and all the way to the freaking pulpit. These boards right here got hawk ears. For real. It's pretty many though. Now, majority of my work I did recordings were of course up close near the band. But yet it can still hear outside of where the band stage is. It's kind of funny because I ran stuff back, and I'm like, man, who's in the background talking about somebody's mama? Who's in the background talking about the pastor and having sex with somebody's kids? Who's in the background talking about somebody's stank up in here? Somebody's farting. I'm like, wow, man, this thing is super sonic, hawkish. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it'd be funny to me. I got recordings and stuff, and I'd be like, wow, really? I mean, this bad boy hear everything. Everything, every chord changes, every organ player, bass line. Even what I did was set this up where it has noise cancellation for the drummer. So, like, if y'all ever hear people recording stuff with their cell phones these days, some of these people I've tried to reach out to some people who do recordings using their iPhones or using their Androids. Uh, when they be recording, they sound a hot mess and it's just messed up. And I try to reach out to people to try to say, hey, this is how you need to fix your ears on your iPhone or your ears on your Androids when y'all recording, especially if you're playing the organ with the keyboard player and a bass guitar player and a drummer. It sounds a complete hot mess. You probably don't notice it yet until probably after the fact that you go back and listen to your own videos, but or your own recordings. But with all that being said, I'm just saying, I bought this one. It was my very first baby right here, the Sony, and I did a whole lot of damage control with using this recording. But most of my recordings was up close in person. When I mean near the organ player, near the keyboard player, or somewhere in the part of the church where I sat, and it will pick up very, very, very well. It's been discontinued years ago, many moons ago. They may still have them, they may still sell them, but you have to get the disc that actually goes with it. Right, you have to buy the actual disc, the Sony disc to go with it, and then you just basically pretty much it's battery operated. Matter of fact, I think it's this one here. Is the battery operated? I don't know if they still make these batteries. I'm pretty sure they do. I had to order, look online and see if they still sell those. But I haven't used this in so long. It's ridiculous. But because now the cell phones came into play. But yeah, you know, you just pop this in here. See, I don't know how to put it in here. Actually, let me see the other way. Hey, which way you going? But okay, I ain't going there. I forgot. Oh, there it goes. But it's a simple boom, bap. Pop the ears on. Plug your ears in. Your battery should be nice and charged up and good to go. So you just plug in mic. Just plug in for mic. It has, you can set it for noise cancellation, and it can help reduce some of the craziness that you might pick up, like the static, blurs, or this crazy stuff. If I play this back, this I don't have any discs. I think I had a lot of discs, but anyway, this is why I first did all my damage control. Actually, to be honest with you, I didn't do my disc. I say electronical devices is when I first was introduced to this, and then but before that I had the tape recorder. The boombox is funny. I think I still got it up in the closet, and y'all know the tape cassettes, and that's how I started out. Like, you know, musicians like, hey man, come to my church, come and record. You can record me, you know, I don't care. I think back then, the musicians back then, and I'm gonna say this, I believe then, and still even today, maybe now, musicians didn't care whether you come and hang out with them and record them, because I figured that most musicians out there figure that you can't pick them up anyway. So you can go ahead and hang out with me at my rehearsals or whatever. I go somewhere and play somewhere in a convocation or wherever, some kind of something. And you can come and follow, and you can come and record me. I don't care. Go ahead, do your thing. You're not gonna catch what I'm doing. And these are musicians that maybe feel like they don't have the time of the day. They ain't gonna give you or show you what they're doing. So I did my homework. I say it again. I did my homework. Now it's just a matter of me. I did my homework. I went out and did my homework. Now it's just a matter of me just coming back and listening to the stuff and start learning what happened 10 years ago. What happened 15 years ago, what happened 7 years ago, whatever, and bring it to light, and then also whatever happening today, in the, you know, whatever happened in the future or in the past was the past. I can still go back, and whatever happened here in the present, and what I can't predict what's going to happen in the future, but we can only go back to what happened back then, and then work our way up to where we at now currently. So anyway, I just wanted to share with somebody out there who might be unlearned about how to deal with your volume. And so I found a way to not take my ear out, because I've done it twice a few years back. And of course, some of these mothers in the church be like, "Oh my God, you guys are playing so loud. Can y'all bring that down? Oh my God, once you move to the other side of the church, you'll be okay." Yeah. After doing that, I learned my lesson. Yeah, I took my ears out. Now I think my ears only went out, when I say not only, but there was a cause for that to happen, and I can't remember if it was the Motrins or it was Tylenol. It was one of those pills that I had taken a few times, and I had found out when I was reading up on it that if the decimals is so extremely high, and yes, we like to play loud, there is a chance that chemically wise, the medication that you on can create an issue for you. And so I just wanted to throw that out at y'all in case somebody's taking taking Tylenol or Motrins or whatever. But I only have reason to say that was because I had a headache for days prior, and I'm only saying that when I went to church and I started playing, and I'm full throttle, man. I'm screaming the organ. Back then, the Leslie was on my left side. I will never forget it. I was on the left side at the time, and I'm on there for a bit going in, because the preacher was just still going and the service was hot, and I was going in, and midway in, suddenly my left ear just went closed. And it's crazy because I could feel it going, and it just shut down, and I was like, whoa! And I couldn't hear the Leslie coming from my left ear, so I tried to turn my whole body as much as I could to go to the right side and play. But it was so difficult to hear out of my right side because everything was happening on my left side, and I was trying to hear what the preacher was doing. Ha ha ha! Yeah, I was going in hardcore. I had that organ all the way up to the 10. I was blasting, but it was a scary moment because I thought my right ear was gonna do it, and then that would have been it. I'm pretty sure everybody in the church would have tripped out and looked over at me like, "What's wrong with you?" But so I ended up ended up trying to see if I can get somebody to come up, turn up the yeah. Go back behind that Leslie, turn that thing up so I can hear more. It was already maxed out. The Leslie was maxed out already to the 10, period. And I'm like trying to hear it. And I'm trying to hear the preacher up preaching. But what ended up happening was I became deaf in my ear, on my left ear. And it went on for like, it felt like it was a good 1 minute. A good wholesome 1 minute. A good wholesome 1 minute in some people's mind what might feel like an eternity. Like, man, I was doing this and I was digging in my ear. I was popping my ear. I'm like, yawning and everything. I was trying everything I could do to get it to pop back. Even to the point I was like, bring me some water. Bring me some water. Somebody bring me while I'm chugging out. I'm going in. I'm trying to pop my ear. I'm trying to put some water in my ear. And y'all know what? That made it even worse. It was like still in that 1 minute, that 1 minute going by, that felt like 2 minutes, 3 minutes before I could finally get my ears to reopen back up. Like it was terrible. It was scary. So then after that service happened, of course another service much later on, maybe like a month later or two, high service again. And this time what I caught myself doing, I'm gonna put the organ Leslie on my right side. And I'll be doggone if that should ever happen again. And mind me, I said this, from time to time I'll take the Motrins or the Tylenol because I might get a headache or I might not feel too great or whatever. And I went to church and I was playing, and I set the decimal volume for I don't know what relationship it has to some medically wise, but I found out later, of course. But this is how I found out. I found out later on. Because I was taking that and I was listening to loud music, somehow chemical, it was in what they call it, a chemical imbalance to my body. My ear was the first to actually was affected by it. Anyway, I'm going back again. I'm blazing on. I'm going crazy on the organ. Volume loud, all the way to the max, and all of a sudden, my ear closed off, and then I had to do the same scenario, trying to turn my whole body around so I can hear myself and hear the preacher preaching going in. That right there was like the longest 60 minutes again, and I was like, man, what's going on? Am I going deaf? I really honestly thought I was going deaf at this point. But I remember days before all of this, days before I was messing. Well, okay, I was. I think I was already playing the organ a little bit, but days before, in my car, I was thumping the 6.9. Y'all already know we call it the 6.9s, but the speakers. I had the 9s, or I think they call it the 6.9s, whatever you want to call it. And I had the 15s. I think I had 15s. I was thumping 15s. I had the big boom box, big speakers. Try to get the most expensive, powerful amplifier, the amp that I wouldn't say it all my life, yo. I was cracking the rap and all that stuff and doing all that, but and blazing the music in my car, boom, boom. People would be hearing my car rattling, the license plate be rattling down the street, but so let's just say that combination of me doing that and playing for the church and having the organ up loud. People used to tell me when I was doing that, they're like, bro, You ain't deaf by now? I'm like, what you mean you can't hear? Bro, if it was a fire truck coming, boy, you wouldn't even hear a fire truck coming. You would get ran over. If somebody was running from the police, you would be ran over, bro. You wouldn't even hear the sirens coming because you thumping so hard. Yeah, y'all probably wouldn't even imagine your boy Drace, the bitch the Drace, aka Andre, back in the day. Yes, you probably wouldn't even imagine me doing that. Yeah, I was in the Thump City back in the days. Had my trunk installated and everything. Yeah. Can't tell you how many times the car wouldn't start because of the battery was the stereo system was just overpowered. The battery system car wouldn't start. Had to get a jump or either try to push start the car. It was yeah. I remember those days. I will never forget it. But now y'all gonna laugh when I say this. I still got my thump. Oh, way back in the days. My wife often asked me, she said, babe, are you going to plan on putting your thumb in your car? I'm like, you know what? I promise y'all, when I got about 20, you probably won't believe me. When I think I stopped doing it around 25, I might have been about 25 years old. I might have been at least near 25 or 26 years old is when I stopped thumping. I stopped thumping back then when I was about 25 or 26. And the only reason why that was because of my girls. My girls were still babies, and I didn't, they wouldn't be right be thumping in the car with the babies in the car and taking their ears out. But they loved it when I had it in my car. But I didn't. Yeah, don't tell my wife. Y'all better not snitch. Snitches get stitches. But I was thumping and beating the babies. They were like, oh, daddy. Well, they could. Well, maybe only one could speak a little bit, but the baby. She was just with a pacifier in her mouth. Okay, but that's probably why sometimes they're hard headed and they can't hear when you tell them what to do. They grown adults now, but. Yeah, I used to thump back in the day. I had probably those who probably know me or on here who maybe know me back then. I had the purple Honda Accord. Before the car was purple, it was turquoise green. And 4-door sedan Honda Civic. What was it? A Civic? Honda Accord. No, it was the Honda Accord. OG, old school Honda Accord. It was the only Honda Accord ever on the planet, anywhere on the planet, that I went and tricked it out. I tricked out the car. I had it painted. Tint the windows. Yeah, limousine tint. Can't tell you how many times I got pulled over by the police. Never got pulled over by the police because of the music, but yeah, get pulled over by the police. Let me see. I had rims on there on my car. My pastor used to call them mags. I'm like, pastor, that's OG stuff. We don't call them mags. Rims. Some people may use the word tires, but I had the low profile. I had the car lowered and everything. The suspension lowered. Yeah. It was a 5-speed, tinted windows, sunroof. Yeah. I was doing it. I had my car tricked out. I had it customized, painted, and everything was purple black. Purple black, what was called, they call it jet black purple or jet black purple. Yeah, jet black purple with the sparkles. So at nighttime, the car can appear either purple, jet black purple, or jet black with the sparkles. So I had it all tricked out. The chrome wheels. It was back in the day. Y'all probably wouldn't even expect me to be getting down like that. But yeah, I wasn't no thug or nothing like that. But some people would classify you as a wannabe thug. But I wasn't no thug though. I wouldn't. I went on the street doing no drugs and doing like gangbanging and nothing like that. But I just wanted a car to be looking the way I wanted to look, and that's how I did it. It had the antenna in the back, like I had a phone and stuff. Oh yeah, it was funny, y'all. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying here. Volume wise, I remember blazing my music for a period of time, and then when I started playing the organ at church, yeah, I was playing for the church and doing my thing, but I was just surprised that my ears didn't get blown out by me listening to my loud music. Because believe me, I was thumping it from point to point. One thing I learned in life, and I know some of these young generations they don't get it sometimes. Don't draw attention to yourself, especially if you driving through a neighborhood and you cracking your music, and you might have some haters out there. Don't draw attention to yourself. This is just a little nugget for the young G's, but they may not don't see it, but don't draw attention to yourself because it's not worth somebody trying to roll up on you and rob you for your car, or for your rims or whatever, or for your stereo or whatever the case may be, or they might think you making money or you doing something that they might think you doing, and they just want to roll up on you because you rolling, rolling in your ride, and you know it's your ride, it's your pride, but there's some stuff you just don't do. And I was one that I would never come into my neighborhood or anybody else's neighborhood cracking. Only time I crack my music is when I'm on the highway. I'm on the highway, I'm thumping. When I get to the church, when I leave the church, all right. On surface roads, that's one thing. When I say the word surface road, but I'm talking about going into somebody's neighborhood and you ride through there and you trying to let everybody know you hitting. Chances are somebody gonna be like, man, okay, this dude right here, he thumping. Okay, let's go check him out. And I ain't saying this to scare anybody, but I've seen this happen to some people I know, and and yeah, it wasn't fantastic, and it was cold because I had already told them. I'm like, yo, I know you hitting, but I mean, bro, you might wanna not try to let everybody know that you hitting like that. And it's already bad enough that you riding with your car all high up with the big wheels, or you ride low profile and people see you with your big wheels on, and you already got your tint windows, your car looking nice, and then you already now drawing your attention to everybody. Oh man, you got beat in your car. It's like, man, you're asking for trouble. And sure enough, yeah. Anyway, I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do, but just think about it for a minute. So I got out the game of doing that stuff when I was mid 25, 26, and left that alone. My wife often asks me, like I said, babe, you thinking about wanting to put your thumb back in the car? Nah, I don't think so. Actually, I might end up eventually giving my thump away. Maybe I'm gonna have to see. Amplifier, the speakers and all that. So yes, you can control your volume by using your drawbar settings, and you control your with the tab, and also with the gas. Either way, in your drawbar settings. Now, for me, like I said, I was driving this to say I figured it out without taking my ear out, without taking the mother ear out, or the pastor or whoever is nearest, closest to me. I figured out how to control my volume. It's called self-control. Some of us, we don't have self-control. I'm not trying to bash anybody, but I'm just saying learn to have some kind of self-control to where I never use this thing. I think it's a little flash thing for supposed to be removing stuff from your phone. But learn to have self-control. Learn how to make sure you don't take your ears out in somebody else's ear. Be considerate of other people, and believe me, you're going to be heard. So I found out when my volume is about the 6, my organ is going to be heard, and also it sounds better. It sounds so much better, in my opinion. And where I learned this from was from a guy, I ain't gonna call his name out. Okay, I guess I call his name out. I believe his name was Reggie Murray. I believe it was him. It was at his church, by the way. Matter of fact, and I saw his drawbar set it, and I said, "I'll be doggone." When I say this, he was picking up from another musician, which is one of my favorite musicians too as well. I hadn't really known Reggie Murray, I believe that's his name, that long, but it was just for that first time I met him that day. Sort of met him that day actually. But another musician was on, but his drawbars was pulled out to all the way out. And then when Reggie Murray got on the organ, and I was in the back and I was listening, and I was like, man, why the no, it wasn't at his church. It was at another church in Oakland. And I was like, man, why it sound distorted a little bit from the back? Like I really couldn't hear the organ player clean until everybody dropped down, like the keyboard dropped down, the bass dropped, and the drummer. And then when he got on and was playing to take over the song, I could hear him better. And I was trying to figure it out. So I get up from the back. I'm recording, y'all. I get up. I'm taking my recorder, going out there to the front. I'm looking on his drawbar settings, and I'm like, his drawbar set is not even out all the way out at the 8. I'm looking like, man, where's his drawbar setting? So I get a little closer. I get up on the stage. I'm looking over his shoulder. I'm like, oh, his drawbar set is at the 6. I go back down off the stage, go to the back. I'm still recording. All right. Because I was testing it to see how it was gonna come out through with this musical that was going down. And I was listening back to it. I'm like, man, why is it distorted? I already had it on cancellation for distortion anyways, for like the drummer or for the bass if the decimal is too low or too high or whatever. So I had it set, and I was trying to scratch my head. Like, why is the recording coming in blurred when my boy is on there? Derek was on the organ. I'm gonna go ahead and Derek was on the organ. He was doing his thing. I'm like, I can't hear him, and I'm looking around, telling the guy who's controlling the turn him up, turn the organ up, and he was like, he up already to the max. I'm like, bro, I can't even hear him. Like either I'm deaf or I can't hear. Something's up. So I go outside. I'm listening to the recording. I'm like, man, why is it coming in distorted? So I come back, walk up to the stage, and I'm like, okay. And then that's when Devin and them changed swaps. And Murray got on, and he's puts the drawbars in, and he's playing the same song. And I'm like, okay, hold on. Why I hear him? I can hear the keyboard player. I can hear him. I can hear the drummer. All right, I can hear the bass guitar player. Now all of a sudden, why I can hear the organist? And I was scratching my head trying to figure out what's going on. I go up. I look at the drawbar settings. It is at the 6. And for whatever reason why we put our drawbar settings all the way out at the... We think that's sounding pretty nice up close. Yes, I would agree. It sounds nice up close, but from afar off, it sounds like gibberish. Like your chords or your playing sound super gibberish. Like, everything's clustered or something, and it's like, it's unclear. Yes, up close. You fire. Fire all day. But from the back, I was like, why is this happening? Alright, so I go, like I said, I go up and I'm looking, and he put the drawbar settings at the 6. I was like, 6 or the 7. I'm like, oh, okay. And I hear everything. I hear the organ player clean. Like, basically, the recorder can somewhat blot out the drummer for sure. And the recording system can also balance the keyboard player and the bass. Alright? And then it will allow you to hear the organ player so much more cleaner. Basically, everybody was just blending together. And so I thought, wow, that's crazy. So that's how I learned this idea of pushing the drawbar settings in, realizing that my Leslie is powerful. And that organ right there, that Leslie was on hit. Believe me, up close when the drawbars pull out, man, you have your legs shaking, but because it was that, powerful. But that's how You can learn how to control your volume on your organ. I did show you the upper manual, and then we have the lower manual, the same scenario. Drawbar says pull all out to 8, you know. And I'll have the gas all the way out because, you know. The 45 can hit. And like I said, this is with all my drawbars all the way out. Y'all see I got my headphones on. But this is with the drawbars all the way out. I hear that coming through my headphones. I hear that through my headphones. Now, if I get my other headphones with the noise cancellation, I probably wouldn't hear anything as much. But that's pretty powerful. So, what I'm saying is, put your drawbar sets in. Check it out. Check it out one of these days. Put your drawbar sets in to the 6 or the 7. And you're going to get the same effect, except that it's going to sound a little bit more controlled. And you should be able to hear me. I know y'all can hear me. I know y'all can hear me. I know y'all can hear me. But as soon as I pull out at the end, I'm trying to fix it. I know y'all can hear me. Oh, I would have to yell. So can y'all imagine the preacher got to yell over you while you preaching, or while he's preaching, or can you imagine the singers have to yell over us, or us, while they're singing? So I learned to try to find a way to have self-control. So I bring my drawbar settings, like I said, because I know that the Leslie's powerful. It's gonna give me what I need. It's gonna help me out. I didn't mean to get on here to do all this, but I just wanted to enlighten some of us musicians out there. Self-control, or maybe we all not learned a different way of doing things. But I found out that Bob Leslie's is on hit. It's got like I said, and that's just at the 7, between the 7 and the 8, hitting like that. So I'll now push my drawbar settings at the 6. And listen how it sounds more now. Control. And cleaner. It's more cleaner and control. Now that's with the 4 drawbars in or out. Now I'm gonna do all of them out. And I can hear my bass line. Now my bass line is gonna be at the 8. I'll leave it at the 8 or the 7. Controlled. You have more control over your volume. You're not gonna outdo the next guy, whoever's on keys. You're not gonna outdo the next guy who's on bass or whatever. And it's gonna sound much more smoother and cleaner, you know. And I believe sometimes us musicians, we think that we have to pull our drawbars out so everybody else can hear you in the back. Promise y'all, I got this on normal. nice actually. Versus me pulling them all out and do it. I'm just more heavier. Oh, I'm on the rock. That's okay. But I'm saying, up close, yes, it sounds pretty. Now, if I'm gonna do all that, then I have the opportunity with either the pedal to bring it in. Calm down. Okay, how much would I want to calm down on? How much do I want to calm down? Or go all in? See, now you can't hear me because I'm going to deep into this and to the point that, yeah, it might sound pretty to our ears up close, but yeah, just try it out one Sunday. See for yourself. See for yourself. So yes, that's how I rock it. Yeah. Thanks to Reggie Murray. Thanks to brother Reggie Murray. When I saw him doing that, I said, "Oh, okay, all right, I'm feeling this. I'm definitely gonna learn how to have some self-control at this point." So that definitely helped out with volume. All right, let me get to practicing. I forgot what the lists. What I was supposed to do. Let me see. See. I forgot what the song was. Who's gonna do? Let me see. I forgot the song she said she was going to do. I already kind of practiced somewhat a couple of days back. Sometimes I don't feel like it. Sometimes I'm like, I'm not in the mood to practicing. Yesterday I was just not feeling it. I think 2 days in a row. But sometimes you get that way, but I'll come back and come back stronger. I done warmed up now. I got hot. He's heating up. I done got hot now. So for those who are learning, you're new, just wanted to share with y'all on this drawbar settings on how to balance your volume, so that way you don't take your ears out or somebody else's ears out. Get back to my little crazy projects that I've been doing. Well, I had started it, but I need to go back to it. Go back to the drawing board. Let me see. Yesterday I was working on I'm just Hatfield. Hatfield. Okay, see. as you go over some, if you knew it, playing on the organ, I would say like if you practice stuff, do it in small sections, right? I won't try to do a whole whatever it is that I'm listening to all in one shot because what happens is you get overloaded with too many things to do. All right, I might start. I'm doing something like this. Something I already don't know how to do. I love you. I love you. I love you. Love. Today, 736. Cause you care for me. And it's such a special 671. Six. 5.5. 5. 1. 4. 2. 3. 4. 5. 5. 1 or something like that. So I might, do something like that. And then try to practice it in another key. Good luck to me. But if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna break it up into what I call a section and try to copycat what I did in the first key. Something I can remember. Instead of going to the 1, go to 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 6, 7, 1. Alright, try to remember to bounce back to wherever I want to do simple and try to just simplify it, especially when it comes down to transposing. And I know a lot of us don't want to hear that word transposing because believe me, I ain't want to hear it either. Transposing, man, bro, who doing that? Who doing? I ain't doing that foolishness, man. That's just stupid. Who want to do that? That's just stupid. That's what I used to say, man. That's just stupid. Keep the song in the same key as in. Quit playing this crazy stuff going to the next key. That's just stupid. It's only because it's stupid because we was either one, we're lazy, or number two, we just don't have the proper timing, or we may not only have the instrument, or whatever the case may be. We may be working our jobs and can't figure out how to separate the timing on how, or our families and things of that nature, so things become more complicated for some of us. And that's another thing too. I see people be, clowning other musicians. Oh man, you should learn your theory. You should learn your all musicians should already learn how to do his hymns and this and that and the other. But believe it or not, people have different lives that they live. So unfortunately, I can't go and say, hey man, you should have learned that. You should be doing this. You should be doing that. I say this: if you in the church that's doing that, then yes, go ahead and learn it. I've been at a church before where they don't do hymns. I've been at a church, at the same church, they don't shout. What? I've been at a church that I played at, they don't want you to play behind them when they preach. What? Whoa. They do allow praise and worship team, and they do allow choir. I've been at a church where they don't do solo sing. What? What? Oh, that's different. Okay. So you can only, what I say, you can only perform based upon the ministry you at. If the ministry doesn't prompt you to do all this other stuff that we supposed to should know how to do, you are not going to learn that stuff because you're not in that arena. You're not in that type of, somebody said a long time ago, different strokes for different folks, so every church might worship differently. I think I was talking to my coworker and he was telling me how they worship at his church. And I'm like, and then he told me what they don't do. I'm like, oh, wow, okay, never. I was like, hey, do you kind of like play soft music behind the preacher when he's talking right before he's gonna, or when they do announcements? Do you guys play? Oh yeah, I forgot that. Didn't have to play when they do announcements. They put this little thing on while somebody else is making announcements, and I'm like, oh, the band don't have to play. Oh wow, okay, okay, that's different. Yeah, I've been in a church where I had played at, and now I had played at a church where I didn't know at the time because nobody told me. Where you can play soft music behind the preacher or the minister while before or prior to him giving his scriptures or something like that. So no one said anything. I'm on the organ. I'm whatever. Wherever I'm doing on the, I'm playing soft music. The preacher is talking about something. Hey y'all, did you know the sister so and so? God has blessed her and blah 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 blah, and she's here on today and praise. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to play. Nobody told me. I'm just playing some music behind it, you know, because it was like, okay, this is a dead spot for me. So I'm like, let me throw some chords there. No one told me that well, when the preacher right before, let's see, because I've seen this either before or I see it afterwards. When I say this, exalting right before, because he go do his prayer or whatever, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, this is the time I can play music behind it. You know what I'm saying? Something soft. And then all of a sudden he's get all happy and get into it, and I'm like, oh, okay, he's trying to, you know, he's exaltating. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, let me go with him. And the band is looking at me like, dude, what are you doing? I'm like, why y'all looking at me like that? Yeah, come on, hit the one. Let's go to the two. Okay, I didn't know number 6 at the time. Come on, let's go to this number. F sharp, G. Come on, what y'all doing? They looking at me like, bro, you ain't supposed to be doing that. And then next thing I know, people in there start shouting. Oh, like, oh, okay, let's go. And I play the shout music. I've had that happen. And yeah, the preacher never stopped me. The preacher never said nothing. He just looked over at me like, okay, let's go. They start shouting and everything. But at the end, when the band was over, the service was over, and then the band came and said, bro, did you know you wasn't supposed to play behind the preacher when he's doing that? He don't want that. I'm like, are y'all sure? Because it sure didn't look like it. In fact, actually, matter of fact, he was looking over at me happy like, okay, let's go. I'm like, okay, let's go. Come on, band, let's go. Matter of fact, at the end of the service, he never said one mumbling word. Not even a complaint. He just looked at me like, okay, that was interesting. But anyway, let me go back to practice. So if you knew, try to learn how to play chords. I call it sections of chords, or I call it what's my word I just like to use? Learn a collective of chords that you can go to. A lot of times we call these our go-to chords. Simplify them. That way you can play them in any key. Alright, you can go to any key you want to go to. Just duplicate what you already know. So that was D flat. So if I want to go to C and do it, we can go to C. Up. Up. Down. And back up. I learned pattern. That's the word, of pattern. Pattern of chords. Because a lot of all songs have patterns to it. So whatever the pattern might be to the song could be 1. If you know your number system, to the 2. Alright, to the 5. Back to the 1, 7, 3, 6. And that only going to work if you learn your scale. Know your scales. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Once you learn the scales in all 12 keys, everything else is game on. So it doesn't matter if I go to the key of A and do it. I love you, Lord. Up. I love you, Lord. Go to the 5. Back to the 1. 7. And if I understand, I'm in 8. 1, 7. And if I understand my scale number, 1, 2, 3, the chord's gonna fall. I guess I'll go in reverse. 1, 7, 6. Whichever direction you want to go, up or down. If you understand your number system is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, or reverse. 1, 7, 6, 5, 4. 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, so kind of have to be quick with it over a period of time. Maybe not gonna happen in one shot in one day, but if I understand that, okay, here's my 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and whether I'm going up, that's descending. Now ascending. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So now I have to program this in my brain. Okay, what's the fastest for me to get to the 7? Well, 1, because it's half back. Y'all feel what I'm saying? What's the fastest to get to the 6? Well, right, in reverse. 1, 7, 6, right? Say, you know what I'm saying? So you got to decide what's going to be the quickest to get to the 2. Obviously, 1, 2. All right, what's the quickest going to get you to 3? 1, 2, 3. Going to your right? You know, what's the quickest to get to your 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the quickest to get you to 5? I guess that's going to be even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. I probably would do the reverse. 1, 5, 1. Yeah. So you got to decide what's going to be the quickest to get to wherever your number is. It doesn't matter what key is in. The quickest is as long as you understand that you are ascending and or descending depending on which direction you want to go. Starting with the 1 going backwards or going toward the upward. So yeah, so I can go I love you Lord, up now, up, and repeat the same thing. 7, 3, 6. And that would just be simplifying it. Alright, that's just me simplifying it. Alright? That's all you gotta do. It's simple. 7, 3, 6. Now I'm gonna put the left hand with it. The left hand with it. Up. Up. All I'm doing is playing the same chord, both double up. Double up. Back to it. 2 to 7. If I want to drop down. Drop down. Drop down, right? Or do I want the voicing to go up? Woo! Up. And change the voicing, right? That comes in time. Believe me, that was an accident when I started doing this, right? Accident. Oops! Instead of me going back to the 1, 2 to 7, 3, 6, 2, 5. Come out. 2 to 5. 5. I understand my 5 is the preaching chord in the key of E. The preacher chord is the 13 sus voicing. And remember, I can understand inversion, so now we use the word combination, or I use the word mix and match chord. So what we're using in this situation, I'm using the sus voicing, alright, whether it's a sus 2 or sus 4 voicing in the right hand, and I'm also using in the left hand the major 7 voicing. Remember, the triad is your major chord, 1, 3, and 5, and we add the 7 to it. I might add the 2 to the equation to give it flavor. the end of the day, I'm still hitting the D major chord, add 2. D, got an attitude. Now I want to add my 7 if I can. And the 9. If I can reach it. But I can't. My finger won't let me get there. Oh well. So I'm going to try to move the voice in here. That ain't going to work. Let's see, maybe try it this way. So you can move this voice in all day. Because you can go to the A chord. Root. Underneath. First inversion. Second inversion. Then you can go to the sus voicing. Secret sauce voicing. Okay, I put all this information in my book, Play by Sight, edition number 1. Literally, edition number 1 and edition number 2. Alright, all this stuff I'm talking about is already in the book, alright? But when we start calling the names of the chords, the 13 sus voicing. So I know I can go in between the triads, and I know I can go through the sus voicing, and all right, and you can too. All right, play by sight. All right. So I put all these chords in the book, so you can't mess it up. But so anyway, so we get to I Love You Lord, triad, diminished 7. So triads in chapter 1, 2. The diminished 7 is chapter 3. All right. Or major 7. It's actually, what am I doing here? Major 7 is also chapter 4. Okay. So every chord I got is in the book. Chapter 2, major. Alright, chapter 3 is the diminished 7 up. And then we also have the minor 7, 11. And then we have the major 9, chapter 9, and then triad again in chapter 2, right? And then we got the minor chord, chapter 3, tritone, chapter 8 and or 18. The voicing you heard me doing down here, it's the same thing. I'm doing the A flat. That's the second. Minor 2nd, the major 3rd, the minor 3rd, and the major 3rd. What? And doing this voicing here, and I'm using the minor chord, B minor chord. Oh, hold on, wait. What chord am I using? Hold on. The B minor chord, and I'm also using an extra note to kind of give it that. And then I'm going to the 3-7-3, 7-3. This is also a minor chord. Actually, this is an F. Hold on. F major 7 with the flat 5. F major 7 with the flat 5. But because we doing this bass line over the D flat, changes the name of the chord, which is going to be a D flat or C sharp type of chord. So end up being this is the 1-3. We flat the 6, which is now the 13. D flat 13. Alright, and then at the top of the finger, we had the 1, 2, sharp 2, so we have sharp 9. So you can call this a D flat sharp 9 with the flat 13. I think I did. Did I miss anything else here? Also, we have the 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have the flat 13, flat. So we have D flat sharp 9. All right, sharp 9. And which is at the top of the finger. 1, 2, 3, sharp 9. So D flat, sharp 9 with the 13, flat 13. Or we could say, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, half step back, back 13. And, or we could say sharp 13. Because the 6 got sharp. Okay, whew. That's in the book too. Every chord I got is in the book. Then we have a power chord. We call it power chord, but it's the perfect fifth. And we also have our perfect fourth. So if you ever hear somebody doing it, you probably hear Derrick Jaxn do it a lot. You might hear Derrick Jaxn do a lot of these power chords. Perfect fourth. Crazy chords you be doing. You probably hear a lot of that. All that kind of stuff. You may hear him doing it in the pedals, you know. So you might hear the pedals. So, yeah, you might hear him doing all this stuff. Great. You know, you play all these crazy chords. Believe me, if I study him, that would be hilarious. But if I study listening to him doing some crazy stuff, I'll figure it out. Because at some point you hear people doing things and you be like, man, what is that? Let me see. When I get to start listening to other people doing stuff, but like I said, if you're gonna practice as a beginner, you know, learn how to transpose, you know, right? And right, and then repeat that same thing. Oh, let's go. C. And then you gotta practice it, obviously. Now. Change key to D. Go back. I missed it. E flat. Copy each other, all the chords. My bad. 2. Let's go down to B. Here we go. 2, 5. B flat. A flat. We went to A already. G, oh no! G hates me. I can't take G. Hold on. I messed up G actually. I actually recovered. So hold on. Preacher chord. And then what was the turnaround? What's the turnaround in G? C? No, what is it? What's the turnaround in G? No, what's the turnaround in G? I forgot. Is it D? No. What's the turnaround in G, y'all? I forgot. Is it C? C and D. D. Okay. Seven, three, 7, 3, 6, 2. And then the pitch chord in D. I told you earlier. See, what's the other keys? So we did B. We did B flat, we did A. So you see I did all the keys already. So I basically created a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 chord progression. Right, just for me messing around with this one song. Just a 16 chord progression I mean, it should have started out with just a 5 chord progression and do them in all 12 keys, like one, and then go to that. Back to, so I should have started out as a 5 chord progression in the beginning, and then after I do them in all 12 keys, then come back with the 7, 3, 6, and all 12 keys, 7, 3, 6. Yes, what I'm saying. So come back and do them in all 12 keys. Do the 7, 3, 6. So you can get familiar with 7, 3, 6, and then to the 7, 3, 6, and A flat to the 7, 3, 6, and then A to the 7, 3, 6. Let's see, what's the other one? G to the 7, 3, 6. Woo! Then F to the 7, 3. I forgot to do that key. And E to the 7, 3, 6. So practice them in all 12 keys. E flat to the 7, 3, 6. Alright, so once you get them all down to the ground, and all to, oh, we got F sharp to the 7, 3, 6. Almost forgot that key. Alright, so once you learn how to play them in sections, then those same chords that you end up playing, you're gonna play them somewhere else. I promise you that, for sure. Like, let me see, I need, I need, same chord. Same chord. I need the 5. Remember the 6, 7, 1, 6, 7. 5. Remember I told y'all what my first chorus was? If I remember that, I'm gonna remember how to play this in all 12 keys, because that was where I learned by myself. No one showed me how to play these chords. Now it's one thing playing chords, but it's one thing knowing what they are. Minor, so I'm playing my triad, A, D flat, triad, A flat, triad, D flat, triad, C, triad, B. Alright, this is your D7 flat 9. That's your major 7 4C. Right, this is your minor 7 flat 5. I'm on E flat, so that makes me play the minor 7 flat 5, E flat, minor 7 flat. Then I'm coming up on the F, that makes me play the F add 2. I'm sorry, D flat add 2. Then this is the minor 6, because we're coming up the bass line, minor 6. And then we're back to D flat, because we're on A flat. And that makes me go to another 4C. I can't remember the name of this chord off the top of my head, but let's just say it's A flat, and then we have the 3, and then we have the 4, A flat 4. So I'm just gonna say A flat 4 right now, right? And then we had, technically, that's my 7, right? So what happened to my 7? My 7 got flat. So A flat. Alright, A flat basically, because the 7 got flat. A flat 7, A flat 7, because the 7 got flat. A flat 7. And now we have the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So A flat. I almost would have called this an A flat minor, but it's not really actually a minor. We are playing a minor chord, by the way, which is the E flat minor chord at 6. Wait, is this at 6? Hold on. Wait, no. This is the first version. E flat minor add 2. Hold on. Wait a minute. E flat minor. How's that? Hold on. There it is. So technically, this was I said minor, my bad. This was a G flat major at 6. I have to look at the chord. G flat or F sharp major at 6. But because of the A flat came into play, I wanted to say this A flat 7 something. because that would mean my 1 7. Okay, so we had the 6 13. All right, so A flat 13. Because this is 1, this is 2. So I got the 9, so I'm gonna have to call this A flat 9 13. Or we could actually call this almost not quite the A flat 13 sus voicing until I do this or this, because that means I'm adding another chord to the mix, which is a major triad. But in this case, we have the A flat, so that's the 1, and the 2 we're gonna call it a 9. So this is gonna be A flat 9, right? A flat 9, and then remember the number 1 2 3 4 5 6 6. We didn't know the 6 is the 13, but normally we go to the 7, so that's why it's still gonna be called an A flat 7 or A flat 7 with the A flat 7 13 flat 13. But you know what? I'm actually curious actually. I could be wrong. My chances are I could be wrong. Let's see. Let's find out. Let's find out if I'm off or close, because what did I say? The 2, A flat 9 13. If I could be wrong, could be right. I don't know. Who knows? I ain't know. I'm not no scholar in this, but let's go find out real quick if I'm wrong or right. Hold on. Can I get keyboard sound? Allergies. Allergies go away. Oh, I'm locked out. Hold on. I forgot my passcode. What's my passcode? Alright, so let's see if I'm right or wrong. Okay, I was wrong. Let me look at that one more time. A flat 1 2. Okay, that's 9. Oh, I see it now. Oh, the sus. Okay, I didn't see it. Okay, now I see it now. Let me go back to it. You'll probably say, why didn't you go to the keyboard? I had to think about it. I had to look at chordy right quick. Because when I played it, I should have seen that my fingers were hitting the sus 2 chord. So it's A flat 9 sus 4. Duh. Yeah. So what it was, because the A flat, and then the other part of it is that's the sus 2. But remember, I said the 9 because of the 9, right? Because yeah, the A flat is the 1 and 2, right? 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So it was A flat 9 sus 4. Resolve it. So then we ended up flatting the 5. Or I mean, we flat the 4. And I'm curious what that one is. More than likely, I've written it in the book because I was always wondering, what in the world am I playing? Yes, A flat 9. All right, A flat 9. I call it the 9 chord. Those are the 9 chords. I actually put those in the book already. And I think I thought I was doing it this way. Maybe I'm playing that and then come out to the triad. Alright. So anyway, learning to play stuff in all 12 keys requires a little bit of time. But it can be done. It's not hard, only except when you don't do it. It's only hard when I don't do it. If I don't come here and practice, then that becomes difficult for me to do it. And that only because of life in general. But if I stop and give myself a moment to say, you know what, I'm gonna come here and learn how to play this one little song in all 12 keys. It will be no different from me coming in and say, okay, all right, let me learn the move for I need the oh. It's the same chord. I need the. Only difference was I love you, Lord. Was I'm going to one. I went up diminished up to the two. I could have did the same thing. I need diminished up. The same chord too. I need the five, same chord, and I'm gonna stay there. All right, this is A flat add two. I'm walking it up, doing the 7-3-6 move. Back to it. We already know what this chord is, right? Yeah, that's that 9-6-4 chord. Resolve into the 9. So if I can keep that rule in my mind. Wait, hold on. I think I can play this chord. I need. Now I might even change it. I need. That's gonna be a whole different story. That's gonna be a whole story when I start doing that. So it all depends on how I might want to interpret that. But when I try to do a song, I'm trying my best to simplify it before I start trying to do all the other little stuff that I might end up doing. I need, even if it was I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. Today, I might, I love you, Lord. Love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. Today, my Papa, because you care for me. And I'm such a special. I might do my own thing there, but right now I'm trying not to do all this other stuff. First, I might just want to keep it straight. I love you, love. I love. I keep it straight. Today, because you care for me, and in such a special way. 6. The golden. I love you, love. I love you. I love you, Lord. Because you care for me. You know what I'm saying? And no, keep it straight. No, my bad. And go to Eve. I love you. I love you. Not expecting today. Because you care for me. My bad. And such a special way. Keep it straight. E. I love you. My bad. I love you. Nothing fancy. 2, 7, 3. Just down. 7, 3, 6, 7, 3. Then go to F and do 7. I love. Nothing fancy. I love to be because you care. And fancy, you know. Oh, every time I do this song, and I get. I'm forgetting I don't know why I do this in the F sharp. Hold on. There it is. And then go to G. I ain't gonna do all this other fancy, all the fancy stuff. I ain't gonna do all that. I'll try to keep it simple. So it's the same thing. Some of the chords I can use from that song. That, like I said, I need the fire. Yeah. Now we're gonna do the 5, 6, 7, 1. Back to the 5. Now. The other part of the other song from I Love You Lord, remember this one. I love the second time around. I love you Lord, I love you Lord, I love you Lord today. Ba-da-da. The mighty 7 move. Then we go do the D7, 9. Major 9, 2, 3, minor 7, major ba-da, ba-ba-ba-da, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then end it ba-da. Right, so I'm like, oh my god, I wanted to do that too. And the D, to the 7, 3, da da, 6, 6, okay, I forgot. I love you, Lord. Hear that little drop now. And then 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, some 7 to the 7, 3, 6. Where do I want to go now? Because now I got the concept from the first movement, and now I'm doing the next one, the minor 7. Repeat the same thing. Minor 7, drop. Right. D7, 9. I probably forgot this one. Did I miss it in the other key? Oh yeah, I went. The secret sauce chord. Da, 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 da. And then 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm doing a D. Ah. The same thing, right? So if I understand my 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, now let's do the drop. Hold on, where's it start at? Nope. Secret sauce. And repeat. I'll do the 7, 3, 6. Now, if I'm going to do the other part, when I go 2, 3, 4, 5, to the, wait, hold on, 2, 3, 4, 5, to the 7, let me see, 3, 6, 5, 4.5, 2, 3, 4, I gotta remember the pattern. 5, 6, 5, 4.5. I gotta remember the pattern. Otherwise, So now I have to remember the pattern when I'm doing this voicing. So now I've got it already. Let me see. Okay, I'm on the minor 9, coming back in reverse. A flat add 2, or just major add 2. And then this is technically E flat major add 2. Then before I start doing all the other stuff, but I'll try to keep it simple. I love you, ba ba ba. Hold on, my bad. Da 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 da. 7, 3, 6, 5, 4.5. So now I gotta remember that. 7, 3, 6. So if I do that in another key, then major, and then of course I want to do all that other stuff. Keep it straight. Is that what I'm doing here? How am I doing it? Oh, I'm doing it. There it is. Okay, so. Major, add 2. Hold on. I forgot it already. 4.5. I keep hitting the wrong one. Am I hitting the wrong? Am I hitting the right one or the wrong one? I keep thinking. There it is. That's what I'm gonna do. Get all fancy with it. If I go to D, major, there it is. Because I have to remember those 2 chords are together. And you know you can do inversions too. That's when you want to. That's when you want to get into the other stuff. In any key, alright. If I understand what my 2, 3, 4, 5 and all the other stuff, then I can master this in all 12 keys in no time, because now I'll start finding similarity to chords to other songs, like I said I need, or yes Lord. Right. So I start finding similarity to chord patterns. Once you create a chord pattern for yourself, I might play it differently in another key. Z, yes, Z, yes, Z, yes, Lord. Is that how would I play that key? See, I might play it differently now. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. I might play something different, yeah. Something like that. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. might play it so much differently in one key to the other. But my game plan is to try to take the chords I'm familiar with and move them to the other keys, and potentially, hopefully, I'll end up playing them the same way. But when I say the ear might want to interpret it differently, or either the hands might want to do it differently because it may not be easier to play it the way you would do it in one key, from one key to the other, because of the key shape will somewhat prohibited you from trying to mimic it in the same way that you did it from one key to the other. So I would say like one key might be the most complex issue with trying to play it the same way. Like if I take with the A flat and did it in G, I may not, or I may approach it differently, but it won't be the same. It just depends. Or if it was an A, I might approach it the same way I did in A flat, half step up the same way, but in G I might have to approach it a little bit different, slightly. Not much, but slightly. So, can we all play in all 12 keys? We all can do it, but we just have to practice. Can I play in all 12 keys? And it's quite obviously yes I can. I just have to practice. And we all got to practice. Alright, so hopefully in time I'll have all these chord changes done in all 12 keys, as long as I stay well and healthy. At least well. Some people say healthy and well. Because I haven't quite been, 100% well yet. I might look 100% well, but I don't feel it. Because sometimes I'm like, I don't feel well. The medication I'm on, trying to get well, trying to get healthy, and trying to get back to where I was. Fighting up against valley fever is not a battle that cannot be won, because it can be won because I know God can do it. 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 I believe God can do it. And I believe God has already done it. It's already done. That's all I have to do is just keep on keeping on. Sometimes you feel sick, man, or you already ill with something. It's kind of hard to ignore the fact you're ill, and sometimes that really bothers me because I don't like feeling sick, especially with this illness I have. I used to practice every single day. This is off camera though. Before I start rolling the camera, it's all pre-practice. Y'all be catching me not pre-practicing. Y'all be catching me on the spot doing stuff. But I didn't at first used to like doing that to myself. Coming on here and literally just pre-practicing in front of y'all. Catching all my mistakes. I got a mountain of stuff to do. Just a mountain of stuff to do. For those who don't know me, my name is Andre Clark, aka Bishop Drake the Clark on Facebook. So this is my very first book. For those who've been watching me for a while, those who have not been watching me for a while, and it's your first time watching me for doing what I do on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I do have a channel on, I forgot, what's the name of it? Twitch. I think it's called Twitch. But I haven't been on there to drop anything there because I'm still trying to figure it out. But TikTok, of course. What's up? Facebook, what's up? And YouTube, what up? Instagram, Instagram won't get this video until after I'm finished posting this video. It goes straight to Instagram from Facebook. But these are my very first book. So music books that are in my music store, Play by Sight, Bishop Trista Clark, hotchords.info, Bishop Trista Clark, hotchords.info. All right. This also will link you over to Amazon where you can get the hardcover, this is the paperback, and then also my hardcover is over there on the keyboard, over there on my other area. So my edition number 1 and 2, Play by Sight, has aired. The first one was June 2nd. Thank you, in 2025. For those who already purchased their books way back then when my book first went live, I want to thank you all for purchasing your book. And majority of everybody who's purchased their book so far, thus far, my biggest huge customers, fans, friends, family, co-workers, you know it. um, Musicians who online, wherever you at in the world, and some of you guys who I know personally. I'm not calling no names because you may not want me to put your name out there, but I do thank you for purchasing your book and also supporting me in the cause of me doing what I'm doing. I do want to make sure that everybody, whether you're a beginner or intermediate or even advanced level musician, is learning something that you may have not known about in my books. I want to say that I could be potentially the first or the second or the third who's dropped a nice dope book like this, but I wanted to make sure that my book was to make sure 110% that you understand how to play chords with your left hand and with your right hand, versus learning just all of your triads and all that good stuff. I did that in the first book just to channel those who are first new, all right, and maybe those who are beginner, intermediate level, or advanced level. Maybe y'all don't know about certain things. So I channeled in mainly, like I said, my focus was for the beginner level musicians, but I also was channeling on intermediate level musicians, as well as us wanting to try to be the best that we can be. The lack of chords. My old manager used to tell me this long time ago. He says, you know, Andre, he said the lack of knowledge, the lack of information, or the lack of knowledge can either make you or break you. I used to wonder what he was saying or wondering what he was talking about, and I figured it out one day. He was basically just pretty much trying to say the less you know is not really the best for you. But then there's some people that may say the less you know, the better for you, depending on that kind of circumstances, wherever it is. If it's something that's going to kill you, then you probably don't want to know. Like the Secret Service, you FBI or CIA or whatever, you probably will not want to know too much. It's best. That's when that works for your favor. The less you know, the best is for you. But in this case, we talking music. The more you know, the better off you become a better player. Because I always keep saying to myself, man, I don't know them chords these dudes are doing. I be listening to this stuff and I be like, bro, what is he playing, man? What is this? What's this craziness this dude was doing? And leaving me puzzled and messed up and toe up to the flow up and mad to the like a mad dog, Maddie Mad dog or whatever. And I be like, bro, what is this dude playing? And never could ever understood what was going on. I'm just sitting here like everybody else doing, clocking the music. Bruh, bruh, bro. What was that, bro? I don't even know where to start. Yeah. So I thought in my mind that maybe we can figure some stuff out together, right? So go on over there to my website, Bishop Drayton Clark Hot Course dot F. Bishop Drayton Clark Hot Course dot info. Go over there and check me out. Go ahead and check it out. Okay, it won't hurt you to not to go check it out. It would definitely hurt you if you don't go and learn how to play stuff that we hear. And if you don't know what's going on, you're not going to make it. All right, to learn how to play the stuff. What? Yeah, we're gonna be. That's what we're gonna be doing. Man, that was nasty. Yeah, we gonna be the sidebars. We gonna be. I call us. I used to say the sidebars. We be sitting here listening to people doing stuff, and be like, man, what in the Hammer Hawks is he doing? Or what's she doing, man? Because that was. I can't do that. Yeah, yeah, maybe not yet. Maybe not yet because we don't understand what's going on. But I've put the chords in the book, y'all. My third book. So I gotta tell you, my first book. You thought my first book was fire. What I said earlier, that was just the heat. Right? I was just starting some friction. I got some heat going. And you know how you warm up your hand, you cold, and you just keep on creating friction. Right? You warming up. My first book was the warm up stage. I remember somebody DM me and said, "Man, do you even know what you just got? Do you even know what you just started?" And I'm like, He said, "Man, you started some waves here, bro. I don't want the water. I don't want this watered down stuff, but I get what you're saying." But I was like, "Nah, bro, I didn't start no waves, cause I'm just starting some heat right now. I'm rubbing this in. I'm rubbing, bro. Y'all, that's against the book. I'm rubbing it in. Then when I said that I was gonna come with the second book, which I didn't know at the time, but cause in fact I didn't know I was gonna finish the first book to begin with, because I was extremely sick, but hospitalized several times. Well, almost several times, 5 times. That's probably more than enough. And then I finally was able to get this book out. I came out of the hospital trying to blaze this one afterwards because I wasn't for sure if I was going to get my second edition out. I wasn't for sure if I was going to even get the first book out, but God allowed me to live long enough and get this first one out. And I had no idea what the future was after the book was published. But I started falling sick again, and then I was like, man, Lord, let me just get a little bit of baby strength baby strength, just a little bit more baby strength, just a little bit, just that much. And let me try to get this second book out. So I took it to chapter 25. The other one was chapter 18, and it got published last year, 2025. First one's June 2nd. The other one is September 25th, 25, 25th, 26th. And then my hardcover had to come out later because it was that I was short of pages. So it was published October 15th. Alright, so I got my 2 books out, and I'm working on the third one. I'm editing now. But just to say, and I know sometimes I use this word wanting to sound like the pros or play like the pros or whatever. I don't mean for us to have to be like anybody else. What my game plan is to want to be able to sit here and play stuff, understand what is going on, what is the musician even doing. Let me pre-listen to this before I even. Okay, that was I so I used to say this to myself. I listen to stuff and I'll say to myself, okay, let me hear it again. I might listen to it about 25 times, 100 times, and for some reason the first time around, I'm what? I need organ lessons. Anybody out there want to give me some organ lessons? Cause that's like this is too much. I can't do all that. That just ain't no way I can play that. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I might have to go start searching the chords out. Chances are, chords is in the book. I might have to search high. Might have to search low. This right here, and it wasn't very long, but it was just a point of like, what? Wait a minute. I'm gonna have to pray some more. I'm gonna have to really pray, real some more. I don't have perfect pitch. Okay, I had to be honest. I don't have perfect pitch, but I think that I have slight perfect memory. So chances are I may have played chords that may help me find what's going on. Um, I don't know what it is about the first start when I hear something. It's like, okay, how was that drawbar settings in the first place? Could be. I don't really know. Um, but what if I don't know what a drawbar is at, but acoustics where I don't know. I don't know what a drawbar settings at, but um, good luck to me, right? So let's just say, let's just say maybe, let's just say maybe I heard the chord before. Say I maybe played it before, but I have to hmm, play with my ears when it comes down to the drawbar settings, or play chords I'm familiar with. It depends on where the organ player is at on the board. That's the whole game plan is where he's at on the keyboard. I think some of my drawbars not work. Hold on. Okay. If I know chords and I'm thinking of chapter number whatever chapter 5, I think is my 7 sus 4 chord for C. I don't know what he's playing yet. I'm just guessing. All right. If I hear it. Let me see. I don't know. So I don't know what whatever. I don't know what he's doing. I'm just making this up if I go, but I'm just saying there's a chance I might be able to interpretate, but and how you set up the drawbar set. Let me see. I have to listen for it because like now my organ needs to be serviced, so I have to say okay, but am I playing the chord he's doing? That's the question. All right, so I think he's mellowing out. So I can understand where we going with this, though. Yeah, D minor not. What he do after that is like, oh my god, okay, hold on. Do I have perfect pitch? No! But I'm like Talbot, Samuel Talbot said, is about notes. How many? You got 12 notes, so they're gonna repeat. Y'all might argue with me and say, bro, you got perfect pitch, Negro. Negro! Nitro! Nitro, you got perfect pitch. What are you talking about? And there's chances are the chords I played. It all depends on where the musician's thinking and where he's moving to. Usually the bass line is gonna tell me where we going. Usually. The bass line for sure is gonna tell me where we going. Whether or not y'all accept that or not, the bass line is gonna tell me what's happening. And chances are what kind of chords are being played. Y'all probably say, bro, you got perfect pitch. Promise y'all I don't. I have the understanding if I hear that bass line move, that will probably be the chord to go there. On one of the mini chords. On one of the mini chords. One of the many types of chords that would go there to that wherever it's about to transpire. So yeah, you see now he's pulling drawbars and doing what he do. But everybody has their own style, their own approach, their own way of doing things. And sometimes I'm like, bro, this is heavy. This is some heavy duty stuff. You got me on this one. I ain't even gonna try. But now I may not try, but I will definitely I will run it through my analytic. I'll run it through my analytic my analytic program to help me figure out some stuff. But it's funny because some stuff that I might run into, I'm already familiar with it. Matter of fact, I haven't even downloaded this. Let me download this actually. Okay, now it should be in my folder now. Let me check. So I'm gonna run it through my analytic. All right. So where did it drop? Hold on, y'all. Turn this down so I can see where it dropped to. There it is. All right. So. Woo! Right. Okay, so I dropped this tune in my analytic. All right, so let me see. I am gonna get off of here in a minute. So let me see if I even got close to what I did actually, or what I heard. Hold on. What happened here? Stop. Pick it up. Slow and pick it up. All right. So hold on. All right. So I'm trying to actually get it on. So I think somewhere along the way I might have been close. But I think my analytic. That was the first chord. And it was just kind of like a hit. Alright, so let me see. My analytic saying D minor 7, 13. D minor 7, 13. And then possibly F69 sus4. That was to be the next chord. So let me see, because it was another move. Da da da. Let's go out here. So it was like. I had to hear that first because, hold on, my analytic is telling me. Da. And then I'll try to catch the other one. clicking F on the pedal. But I don't know where you're gonna go next. Well, I have a feeling I know where you're gonna go next. Okay. So that's what my analytic is telling me. Got too much gas here, huh? So he starts out with this, and then the 2 notes, and then the next chord. I got this feedback. Where's the other mic? Is that mic on? What mic is on? Let me see. All right. So that's the first chord. So something like that. So let me see. And then he holds it. Now I think what he's gonna do with the drawbar and bring the drawbars in. Let me see. Now my organ is jacked up for a minute because I can't change my vibratos because it stopped playing. It stopped working, so I gotta get that fixed. But at least I have the idea. Okay, now he's gonna pull in the drawbars, I think. Woo! Okay, hold on. Bass line. Alright, so the bass line tells me that we could probably do this voicing. So the whole thing was, you know. Y'all probably say, you got perfect pitch. What are you talking about, my Natro? Yes, I played chords before, so it's like, what? Did this thing just turn down? How did it turn down? Alright. And then let me see, I think he's gonna play that same chord movement per se, because let me see how I would do that. Yeah, would have been up here, but he's doing it down here. So I kind of get the idea. The same chord that we played earlier. We just took off the top note. The same chord we played earlier. Kind of roll in. Right, and he's doing this with 2 hands. Earlier was this same thing, but now. Ooh, nasty, y'all. Alright, now we're going to another bass line. Let me see. And then, let me see what we're going to do next. I think I'm going to go G. Let me see, I thought I heard him go G. Oh, we're doing that. Okay, we got that. Let me see, what was it? Let me see. B flat. Let me see, hold on. Hold on. That's too dark there, so I'm seeing and trying to figure out. Is it up? Hold on. So I think. Oh How you did that? Hold on this way. At first I was thinking he did it here. How do you pull that off? I'm gonna get that other chord first. If that's crazy how you do that. Then da da B flat. So the B, C, the D, B flat. Da. Let me see. Is that he doing over B flat? Now, if I'm thinking this chord, the B flat 6/9 sharp 11, it's just me doing it here without me carrying the B flat there. Sir? Yeah, so that's kind of crazy how you doing it. But I hit the B flat. That's that B flat 6/9 sharp 11 move. That's nasty. Hold on. My brain ain't sharp yet today, but my brain ain't sharp today, but my brain's sharp, but I promise y'all it is. At the C minor, add 9 with the add 11 or something like that. Major 7, 13. Because we already did this one here. And that's that over the B flat. But without the bass line, y'all, that's that major 7, 13. Now we got the bass line. Now I know if you're going somewhere. Let me see, I'm not sure if you're going to drop the pedals, but we're going to B flat now. And then E flat. Let me see. I don't know we're going there. I hear that. Okay, y'all gotta let me get my mind together. Give me a minute. I'll come back to this. I have to listen to it because my brain is not quite. All I have to do is follow that bass line because the bass line gonna tell me where we going. So it's like, okay, hold on. Da, da, da. No bass line yet. The bass line now, C. Back to C to G. It's going to C to G. Then so G to G to E flat. Oh, I might have thought him to go to B flat. Oop, missed it. Alright, so C. So C, but go to G. Wait, C to F. My bad. C to F. C to yeah. C. Yeah. C to F. That makes sense now. Yeah, that makes sense. C to F, C to F, and then B flat. Up, hold on. I think we went to E flat. Hold on. Da, 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 da. And then B flat, E flat. Doing this chord. Yeah, I think we'll change the drawbar settings. That may change the way I'm approach this because that makes me go here. See that? And then the sound that I'm hearing, either here or see. That's why I changed the drawbar settings because I'm like, okay, this might be what I'm hearing. All right, hold on. Yeah, that's it. What's the next chord? Hold on, missed it again. See, I think the way we set up the drawbar set. And then we're going A flat. Let me see, hold on. So it's like he's using this one chord here. Changing the bass line. And any other chords that move me, he's going. Because that's what. Alright, so anyway, I'll get this together one day. Y'all hear that way? That's nasty. Do it out with G. Over G. Let me see, that is how I wanna play that let's see that. Oh. So that's all depending on how the drawbars was at. Okay, what am I coming out? Let's see, B, F, A flat. I'm trying to get my finger in the right spot. And we're doing this over, no, we're doing this over a G. These chords in my book. That's hilarious, y'all. That's the G9, sharp 11, G9, a G flat 9, I'm sorry, y'all. G flat 9, sharp 11, 13 in the book. If I don't catch nothing else, that's dope. And that's the G sus 9, G9 sus 4. Ah! And he's doing this over the G chord of the G bass line. It's what's kind of cool. That's the G9 sus 4. I hear him doing that. Yeah, so he's doing a G9 sus 4. And this next chord. So he, as he's doing it. And then to a C 9 sharp 11. C 9 sharp 11. Yes, sir. And then you go E. Okay, this is saying we're gonna change the bass line. Now I went to a C bass earlier. Once we go to the A. Alright, now you can play that's an E6 sharp 11 with the sus chord. Sus 2. I'm trying to catch the one before when he blended it into it. How we blended that into it. I guess. Let's see how we blend into it. So C7-9 sharp 11, and you can play that over C bass. I said A, scratch A. If I break down these chords left and right, man, it's crazy. And then now he's going to the E minor 11. So I would play that one. Let's see. Hold up. Nope. Hold up. Now, it depends on how you want to hear this because. Now, the bass line, I think he's doing this over at E. Yeah. Yeah. And I have to figure out his drawbar settings because, again, this is the E minor 11. And then, oops, I missed it when he walks kind of up to it. Let me see. How far did I go? Let me see. Let me take this to the top. I wasn't going to mess with this, y'all. So we already started out set. And then the chord was. That's what he was doing in the beginning. The minor chord. Minor add 6. Then he did the C major 3rd. And then now we're playing technically this is the F sus 4 chord. Alright, that's where I was at with that. Alright, so F, or we could say F sus 4 or F6-9 sus 4 actually. Because of F 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So F 6-9 sus 4. And if we was on the bass line, we would have went to the F bass line. So, but he did this without a bass line, so you still use all that chord. The next chord. Next chord. Okay, he's changing the drawbar setting. Take it off the edge a little bit. And now he's gonna go to this voice here. Oh, I'm sorry. So he's playing. I can't say I'm gonna call this an E flat add 2. But we're on the C though. On the bass line. So you know that will change everything because we're on the C. That's the dominant chord. Alright, so and because we are flatting the 3rd, so all this, and then it goes to E flat. There you go. My brain wants to do it. Let me see. My brain wants to kind of like say. I want to bring the finger in here, but see, the craziest thing is, it's about what I'm hearing. See what I'm saying? So like, wait a minute, where is he at on the keyboard? Yeah, so he's here. And he using two hands to do it, so I'm thinking like, how'd he pull this off? In order to get that, and we're going to the C on the bass. And I hear this in my ear. Yeah. I want to C bass. Okay. And then the next chord. Then. Back to that same chord. Back to the C. We stay on the C. All right. His chords inside. Okay. Now I think it's gonna move to G. Oh, I'm sorry, F. To F. Two hands. That's what I learn from musicians when I listen to something. I'm like, what is he doing? All right, it takes me some concentration here. Wait a minute. How do we get to D flat, E flat? Oh, so you can't go from B flat to E flat. Oh, okay, hold on. That's the chord right before. Hold on. I almost got it. G, C, then F. And then B flat. 6/9, B flat, 6/9, sharp 11. That's nasty. Okay, now this is gonna catch me. Hold on. Okay, I heard the bass line move to A flat. Hold on. That's what I missed. B flat. So there you go, B flat, E flat? Hold on, y'all, that's nasty. Okay. So you move from B flat to E flat. So you went B flat, E flat. Boy, you trying to get me right there, bruh. Woo. Trying to get me. Y'all hear that? So, right? Next one. Boy, you trying to get, but you went B flat, E flat. So hold on, it was quick. To A flat. Hold on. How you pulling this off? The same chord on the E flat? No, hold up. flat, B flat, E flat. Same chord. That's nasty, y'all. That's nasty. Hold on, y'all. That cold. Yeah, until he's just playing. Right back to it. So that's nasty. He's doing that B flat, E flat. Stay there. That's cold. That's nasty, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Alright, because he's moving that pedals real fast. That's why I couldn't catch it at first. Okay, and then E flat. So when he went to E flat, to A flat, to E flat. So let me see how that's gonna come off. E flat. Oh, E flat. Oh, so he going this. There it is. Okay, that's what I meant. You go B flat, A, B flat, E flat, B flat, E flat, A flat, and then so let me see. How do we call that chord? Bum bum bum. Say, hold up. Oh! Oh! Did y'all hear that? That was like that. B flat, E flat. Then this chord, the chord you played earlier. And then, oh my God. Oh my Lord. And then, so after you come back, right back to, yeah. That's nasty, y'all. The D flat. I didn't play that. Hold on. I missed it. I don't know see if he's planning on doing it. I'm not sure if that's what he's playing. But that's still, let's see. Nope, so you go. And then we're going to the chord I always play. Oh my goodness. Y'all know what this chord is. D7 sharp 9, D7 sharp, D7 flat 9, hold on, I always get it backwards. D7 flat 9, hold on, let me go open up the book. Ooh, chapter number 8, is it chapter, no, it's chapter 7 actually. D7 sharp 9 with flat 5, chapter 28. Woo! Now this is without the bass line. Would have been your major G flat major 7 with a flat 5. Actually, let's change the name of that. Let's say this would have been an F sharp or G flat major 9 with a flat 5. Now Cordy sometimes want to say, well, this is a D augmented 7 with the sharp 9, which is technically true because of the D, right? Because of the scale D. If you understand your number, D, 1, 2. Which we already know the 2 is the 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if your 9 got sharp, which way do we go? Yeah. So, I'm sorry. Look to your left. Yeah, you got sharp. All right, and so of course that will fall in the right hand. So it will be technically correct. D7, D augmented 7 with the sharp 9. However, Cordy may go ahead and call this the D7 sharp 9 flat 5. Is that what I said? Yeah, D7 sharp 9 sharp 5 in the book. See, I can find these chords if I go open my book though. Instead of being lazy. Because I promise y'all I want to hear these chords. Now, in this case we're using the 7/4 voicing. So now this changes the name of the chord it's gonna be. So that brings me back to chapter number 8. So that puts me over chapter 8 now. And chapter 8 on page 30 tells me that we're doing the D7 with the sharp 9, sharp 5 because of the 7/4 voicing. What? D7, sharp 9, sharp 5. That's what we're doing. There will be no chord that I could probably not pick up. It might take me a minute to get my life together, but I promise you I will find it. Oh, we already played this one earlier. So he went from this. What? Hold up. What are you doing, left hand? Woo! Y'all know this crazy. Alright, so yes, this is a G7, a G9 sus4. That also puts me in chapter number 6, I think I said. Oh, no, not 6. Okay, what? Chapter 3. Alright, chapter 3. Alright, this is the G9 with the sus4. And that will put us on page, literally, over here on page number 21. I would have found these chords. I would have just had to sit here and say, okay, hold on. How is he fingering these chords? Or how we're approaching this chord. Now, that same chord I can approach is over the G and the C. Okay, so the, what I said, the G and C. But we're using the idea over here. We're going to use the F and the A. Because of the bass line, we're on G. Okay, so maybe I'll go ahead and drop this chord. I probably already did it already in my next book. More than likely, I probably went ahead and gave another approach to the 9/4 chord. I'm almost certain that I did. I'm almost 110% for sure that I addressed this situation where musicians may play the same chord but also addressing it from another angle. So this is the angle he's addressing it with the F and the A. Now everything I'm playing, I'm gonna more than likely forget what I just did today because I haven't turned on muscle memory. Good luck to me. Okay, hold on. I think we missed. I gotta go back somewhere. Got that. We got all that. Got all that. Got all that. That. Da. So now we're here. We got this. And now we're here. So G. And you can do the high G. You can actually go the high D down to the low G. Or low D and up to the G, right? So yes, that's a G9 sus4. Because well, actually you can actually do this to it too. There it is. My bad. That one too. This is kind of That's a sus. But this changes everything when you do this one. my ears want to hear this. So we're reaching for the D and the A and the C. So if I was tripping off of this, I would have probably said, is this a minor chord or is this a major triad? Depends on how you see it. So what if we had the D up here? It's a sus. I said it. All right, I gave it away. Yeah, so we could be playing the sus chord. Actually, not necessarily, because it could be a part of the triad and a part of the minor move. Yeah, that's with the E. We're reaching down for the G. I mean the D. And then hitting you with this F. So this is really an F chord, right? So this is F. 1, 2, 3, right? 4, 5, 6. F major 6. It doesn't matter what the other notes is because I got the 3 again. And then I have the 5. So we're actually playing a triad chord as I had said earlier. F major 6, because we have the 1, 3, the 6, and then the 3 again, and then we have the 5. So F major 6. But because we're playing this over G. So now they changed the name of the chord we're playing now. G9 sus 4. And that was the next chord. That makes us play the 7, the 7 flat 9 sharp 11. Remember the dominant chord. Remember that? Yeah. Remember the flat 7 in the scale. And then so we ended up flattening, but that's technically sharp, or flat. And then we ended up taking the 4, and we sharp the 4. And then of course we had the 3rd, 1, 2, 3. The 3rd got flat. Well, actually, scratch that. We have the 1. We call it 1 up. But we have the 2, and the 2 became sharp or flat. So we call it the 9. So then we have the 1, and we have the 7. So that makes us play a C7 with a flat 9, sharp who? 11. Sharp 11. And we should be playing that over C bass. I want to know what this chord is even without that bass line. It's just your E major. Remember, think about this. This is your E major. Hold y'all horses for a second. So you have the E major, right? 1, 2, 3. This is without the bass line. 4, 5. Right? So what happened? We have the E major. Almost. I'm about to say 7 for a second. E major 7. 7 because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? So I know for sure that's a tritone, right? But because the E major scale said we flatted to 5, we have our 7, but we didn't play the 7 for whatever reason, right? But we know it's gonna be E major something with the flat 5. E major something flat 5, right? Alright, so this is the 2. Now we gotta say 9. Alright, E major 9 because of now the 2. E major 9, remember that flat 5. Alright, do we have a sharp 11 in here? Or are we gonna have a sharp 5? Alright, yeah, okay, y'all already figured it out. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sharp 5. The chord is already in my book, y'all. The major 7 with the flat 5, sharp 5. But because of the bass line, changes it now to a C7 with the flat 9, sharp 11. And the sharp 5 kind of went out the window for a moment, but what? Alright, y'all probably never heard me talk music before, but I don't even know what I'm talking about. Anyway, here we go. Yeah. Okay, so then where are we moving to? I'm not sure if he's walking the pedals back, but hold on. Let's hold our horses for a second because he might be walking the pedals backward. Did we walk back? I'm trying to see, did we walk back the pedals? Now, sometimes we... I just told you what the chord was. The major 7 flat 5 sharp 5. So hold on, let me see. Are we walking that pedal backward? Oh, so he didn't. So now we're going. Yeah, he did walk. Hold on. Are we gonna E? Yeah, I forgot that minor E minor 11 voicing. Going down to the low E bass line, and then we play. I was gonna say, y'all, E minor 9/11 because it was like this. So he coming over here. Okay, so he didn't play the minor 9/11, but the E minor 9/11, but he went ahead and played the E minor 11. So we use it. Honestly, one note would have changed the whole. It would have been the D. Actually, the E. I'm sorry, the E. The E right there. And you all would have agreed. That's what he would have played. E minor 9/11. That's what he played, actually. Well, he didn't add the E to it. I did. There we go. That's the difference. I just added the E to it. I would have did, but he came with it. I might even just go ahead and switch up, and maybe I might go ahead and make the left hand go ahead and play all of them, and make my right hand play the D add 2. D add 2. Because I understand what we're doing. Alright, hold on. Now that little walk back he's doing. And then A flat. No, A. A9 flat 11. Let me see, hold on. My brain is saying, wait, are we doing this? Or are we doing... Nope. Are we doing... Hold on. I missed it. And then... How are we doing that? Let me see, how are we playing this one? I'm not sure what? This got me right here. I feel like another chord missing. There it is. I know it's coming. I I knew that chord was coming. I would have put that with a D flat. And then go A. I knew that chord was coming. Let's see, how did I play it again? I forgot. Here it is. Kind of like a diminished move. Let's actually do this. Then here. Or. And then. Ooh, a lot of musicians we play similar stuff, so I might. Now he's not playing the G on the bottom, but maybe you might pick it up. Hold on, I might hear it in a second. Let's see if my ears hear that. Okay, so you did play it. Hold on. I was hoping he was gonna play the G right behind it, but he didn't. So he actually can do this little move too. That helped it out. That helped it out. As much as I could with the tritone, that's what I would have probably did. But instead he went. I'm gonna help it out. It's just really an A9, I'm sorry, A flat 9 with the sharp 11. What the fuck? I knew that was coming because I usually do it like this. So I heard that chord because I played it. What you doing? My finger wants to play the tritone. It wants to play that diminished move with the tritone. And I just give you. Okay, let's do it without it now. Good luck to me. See, my finger wanted to go the other way. And play the diminished move. Good luck to me. Alright, so let me see. Alright, then we're going to D, I think. I think I'm hearing going to D. Did I miss it? Or did he actually play what I thought he did, actually? That's that one on E. And then this one. And then D minor. This is funny because I wrote these chords out. I think this is the D minor major 11 with a flat 5. I'm trying to figure out, is this going to go in my new book or the other book? I think it's in this one. Let me see. Did I do the D minor 11 flat 5 in this one or the other one? I think it's the other book. Let me see. Or my new book, actually. Because we have the D minor major 7 with a 11 flat 13. I'm wondering, did I drop this chord in this book or something similar to it? Alright, diminish major 7. So maybe my D minor major 7 is going into the new book. Alright. Alright. Minor 11, blah blah blah. Yep. I remember seeing that. I remember writing that because I said, you know what? I got a feeling somebody gonna do this. And sure enough, It's the minor, major 7, 11 flat 13. Alright, so you end up doing that voicing. So that goes over to D. Now we already understand the minor 9, 11. Now the question is the approach. Let me see, the approach, let me see. Let's see. And sometimes this one here. It all depends on what my ears want to hear. Hold on, my finger. F sharp. Let me see. A, B, and then sometimes you might hear the B flat, or you might hear the outside of the B. So I'm trying to think. Let's see. Or you can also hear it from this version, D flat, because that's now I'm trying to make the chord fat. So it's like yeah, so it's like D flat, D flat. Hold on, my brain says D flat A and B. Hold on, hold on. D flat E. I'm sorry, D flat E F. See, I hear that in my head. And then let me see, can I reach the B flat maybe? Or should I go to the A? I think I'll reach that first. So D flat E, F, and A. I think I can reach that better. Let's see. And then in my right hand I can reach the B flat and the E and the G. D minor, major 7 with the flat 5, flat 13. You probably said, man, that's ridiculous. That's a crazy chord. Yes. But there's more than one way to approach that same chord. So I'm like, what? Okay, hold on. Now, okay, now we can also skip that because of the movement he's doing on the D. We could actually play the D minor at 9 or at 11 or 9. So if I understand my minor chord, that's what he played, y'all. I hear that all day. What? So D minor at 9. And that's when I can throw the other notes in there. Because I'm reaching for A to G. And then kind of like I want to say, if I put the other fingers over here, and do it this way, it's the same chord, D minor, add 2 or add 11. But you know, you might hear it spread out. Because I have to listen to what the fingering is doing, because a lot of musicians like to play these like they're playing on the typewriter or something. Yeah, that's what I thought. Da, da, da. I hear him doing that. Alright, and then we're going to F. I think this is the F6 chord. I think maybe over a C. I didn't catch the bass line. I just kind of like. Alright, so we went to A, And then we did this little move to D. And I think we're doing this. Can I reach? Can I reach? Or which makes sense. I think this is over C in my bad. So this is a F chord with a 6. With a C. Over the C. Which is weird because playing this voice, but my finger's already there. And then go to the C. And then the next chord. Oh, I missed it. Da, da. Y'all hear it? E diminished 7. Or now I know y'all heard it. I know y'all heard it because now that should take us to the A. I hear them chords. Oh Lord. Yeah, I played them before, so I get them. I get it. Okay, I gotta go, y'all. Time is far spent. I'll be on this once I get started. I won't be able to remember what I'm doing. I'm just doing it off the top for now. But if I were to go back to this and really like study it for sure and have it memorized, study it to show myself to prove, need not to be ashamed. Rightly dividing these dope chords. But I may have to write some of these chords in the book in the route in the way that it was played. Because of the approach. The chords are in the book. A few of the chords that I've seen that I was just doing a few minutes ago, maybe without one note or so or two or whatever, but for the most part, the chords are actually in that book. Is just that some of the ideas that I'm picking up that he may have decided, hey, I don't want to put the other notes. So you can play a 3-finger chord. You can play a 4-finger chord, you can play a 5-finger chord, or a 6-finger chord. Depends on how big your hands are. And then, or you can play a 2-finger chord. So it's like, okay, you're playing some chords where, what's the word? I used to use this word, splitting the chords so, instead of playing, if he's playing that 7th diminished 7, the G diminished 7 voicing is using your G, B flat, C sharp. And E. So instead of playing the C sharp, you're taking off the C sharp and you may put it on the bottom in the left hand. Stuff like that. Or it might be vice versa. You may put the C sharp on the bottom and you have the G and then omit of course the C sharp at the top. And then he might even not want to even play the E, but he can play the B flat. I really didn't want to get into doing that, but sometimes musicians are finding a way that, hey, I want y'all to know I'm playing a full diminished 7 chord, which they still end up doing it either way. It's just that being creative by taking off one note or taking off 2 notes, and see that will make me go into a whole nother book. I could write a whole nother book on musicians' approaches coming from this angle, but for the most part, most of the chords that I'm putting in all 3 of my books are actually gonna be chords that I'm using the book, using the chords, and said, okay, this is where I know he pulling this from. He pulling this from chapter 7. He pulling this from chapter 11. All right, that diminished. Matter of fact. Let me see which chapter that is actually in. It was the diminished. No, it was the minor, major, 7, something, flat something. Hold on, let me open the book, y'all, right quick, and I'm gone. I had just thought of that the other day. I said, you know what? Well, not the other day, but I had already put it in the book. I don't know when I put it in the book, But I thought of it and I said, you know what? Let me play this chord. And sure enough, he actually did it. So let me see. What chapter did I put this in? I was trying to catch up on my contents in the book. So let me see if I actually dropped it in the contents or actually right quick. Loading. It's loading. The book is loading up. All right. Trying to see, did I make it into the contents? Loading. Okay, so let me see. Come on, still loading. Got so many chords and stuff, it's ridiculous. So the book is still loaded. Okay, so where did I write that at today? That was early this morning on my break. There it is. So I wrote the minor, major 7, 11, sharp 11. But he also had it with the flat 13. Alright, so let me see. Did I write this other one in this book? I'm pretty sure I did that, the one I'm talking about now. Oh, but I haven't caught up with it in my contents tables of content. So I did do the minor 7, the minor major 7, 11, sharp 11. But we also had 13, right? So I have to go. I ain't gonna have time to do this right now, y'all. Let me see. Maybe I'll try. Let me see. Where did I stop at? What chapter? 26. All right, still loading. Okay, hold on. It's still loading. Still loading. Oh my God. Hold on now. That's what I get for writing too many chords. Alright. So it's gotta be way down. I don't remember which chapter. It's loading. There's so many chords I didn't put in here. It's still loading. And I need to find out. I need to confirm my. That was chapter 11. I just saw chapter 13. Still loading. Jeez, I did too much. I think I took this almost to 40 chapters, up to 40 chapters. So 13. Let me see if I can find the one I just mentioned. And if I didn't do it, it will be in here. I had thought of it to do it. Chapter 16. All right, come on. Still trying to load up. 17. 18. And all the other chords I had played, I ever have them in the book. I just saw them as I was passing through them. 7 with the sharp 9, sharp 5, flat 5. I got them all in here already. Still loading. Gee. Right. Flat 9, sharp 5 in the book. Told you I already did it, y'all. I was on a rampage here. Alright, the major 7. Where's that minor one I saw? I wonder if it's the minor one I just played. So I'm just I'm curious. Chapter 23 and chapter 24, minor, major 7, sharp 11, flat. 11 with the sharp 11. Let me see. I hope I put that other one in there that I'm talking about. If I didn't, it will go there. I could have sworn I did it. Who knows? Diminished major 7. Diminished major 7. Major add 2s. Looking for the one I mentioned, major 9. Easy. Easy, my brother. Trying to take me out, bro. Chapter 34. Ooh. There it is. Minor 7, major. Okay, so I have the minor 7, major 7 with a sharp 11, flat 5. Okay. And we want to get the one with the flat 13. Okay. So, looks like I did the minor 7 major 7, sharp 11, flat 5. That was crazy chord. Alright, so maybe I didn't do that other one. I guess I'm gonna have to add that one to the add this one to the book. Yep, I'm gonna have to add that one to the book, y'all. Chapter, I might make this as chapter 40. Hold on. 39. So I may add that as chapter 40 then. 40 or 41, one of those. Okay, I may add that chord to the book. Hopefully I'll remember to go back to this, y'all, because that was dope. Okay, so I'll try to remember to add that one. I did add the minor 7, major 7, 11, sharp 11. Fine. So this one here, I'm gonna have to write a little notation for myself. To hope I'll probably remember this when I get to work. Actually, it ain't gonna do me no good to do it at work. I had to do it over here on the over here on my, and I might already have it in the library over here in my Photoshop album already. I probably already did this chord in my album already. I don't want to really actually do it again, so I might have to look for it. Oops. Hey, no, I'm not trying to send that. I might have already did it. I have to look for it in my Photoshop. I may have already played that chord, but if not, don't y'all worry. I definitely will go ahead and put in here the minor. So that's gonna be the minor, major 7, flat something, flat something. All right, I'll find that chord. Let me see if I can do it on the keyboard, because I don't remember what chord I played. Good luck. Let me see here. Let's see if I can find it on the keyboard. May the force be with me, because I don't remember what I just played. So I told y'all, I don't recall what I just played. Literally, I don't remember. I just got on here and started playing. So let's see if I get lucky if I find it. And I actually, let's see, what was the move? What was that move? So what was it we was doing? What was we doing? What? How did we derive to that? What was I thinking when we got there? Nope, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. What? How did we? Wait a minute. What was the chord here? I done forgot the chord, y'all. Let me see. Nope. I done played it. I forgot it already. Dang it! I done forgot. Hold on. I knew this was gonna happen. And say, write down the chords when you're messing with stuff. I knew this was gonna happen. I just knew it. I knew this was gonna happen. Hold on. What happened? Too much. I knew this was gonna happen. I should have followed my first mind. Write that chord down, Doc. Okay, then got that. Got one. We got that. Let me see that there. Where we at? I forgot what we. Remember? Actually, we played this one. Let's see. Right, that D7 sharp 9 sharp 5. And then okay, G 9 says 4. Then we played this one. Right, that was that 7 Flat 9, flat 9, flat 5, flat 9, blah, 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 blah. Hold on. That was the one we did on. Actually, did we do it with the E? Yeah. Alright, C7, flat 9, sharp, flat 5. Then, and then we played this one. Let's see, E. This is the one we played here. Technically, y'all, this is an E minor 911, according to Cordy. Alright, so it's an E minor 911, which I thought. And just me dressing it up. E minor 9. This is how I used to do it. I come to the keyboard and kind of break it down. And then that's where we were at here. I think this is the crazy one. Let's see, B flat, and I guess we can try to do it here. I guess. Now, A flat 9, sharp 11. I had said that earlier, right? But remember. So that really takes you actually to an A9, an A flat 9 actually. Now I see it kind of like you grace off. Now that makes you play A7 flat 9, flat 5. And then that makes you play the A7 with the flat 9. Okay, that was the next move. And then down we was talking about this minor over D. Alright, so this is technically a D minor add 2 or 4 if you want to say that. Now let's see what happens when I add the other note. Add the D to it. Now it's a D minor 6, 9, 11. Okay, hold on now. Where did that other chord go? Alright, D minor 7. I think we addressed this one earlier. Let's see. F major 6, I said that earlier. Alright, so I did get that one right. Over D. I'm sorry, yeah, I think it was over D. Now it's considered a D minor 7, which I was right. It's over D. D. Alright, next chord. Oh, he did that so fast, hold on. I'm trying to see if I find that chord I played a minute ago. Hold on. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I would just make that chord up and I just thought it was. Okay, hold on. D minor 7. I keep missing one chord. I think we're playing the F major 9. Yeah. After that last chord. I know I ain't tripping. Oh, hold on, sorry. Come back here. You trying to get away. Hold on. That goes too far. D minor add 2. Yeah, we hear that. And then Oh wait, then remember the diminished move we said earlier. E diminished 7. Alright, but because we're on the bass line, we're going to A. Right? So, where did I find that other chord at? Major 9 sus. Because I know we're hitting here. The major 9. And then I think we're going into 6/9. Yeah. Now, how did I come up with that other chord? I don't know. Okay. I don't know how I came up with the other chord, because now all of a sudden I don't see it no more. Woo! Yeah, I gotta go. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out how did I come with that other chord. Okay, y'all hear that? A7, flat 9, flat 13. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Let's see. There it is. That's where it came from. I know I wasn't tripping. Alright, so that was that minor major 7 with the sharp 11 and 13. I know I wasn't tripping. There it is. Yes, it sounds crazy. That's that minor major 7, sharp 11, sharp 13. Why I still keep saying I've seen this chord already? Oh, because this is the 13. The other one was sharp 11 was 11, sharp 11. That's why. So this is the sharp 11, 13. Ooh. Now, actuality, this actually is A7 because of the bass line. Woo! Because of the bass line. Because he was on the bass line when he did this. Yep. A7, flat 9, sharp 11. That's what I thought. Or we could say A7, flat 9, flat 13. Let me see what note am I missing there. Flat 9. Where's my flat 9 at? See? Flat 9. I think the flat 9 hasn't fallen. I'm not sure how I'm gonna make it fall on the other finger. There it is. I was like, where's it gonna fall on the other finger? There it is. Yeah. So that could be A7, flat 9, flat 13. But like I said, it all depends on how it falls on the finger. Let me see, I guess I go F, E, and C sharp. There it is. Ooh, that's a lot. Yeah. Woo, there it is. I found A7, flat 9, flat 13, add 5. I knew I wasn't tripping when I played it. That's like almost playing all your fingers. And then that turn around. G minor 13 sharp, D, G minor 13, sharp 11. As soon as you add the A to it. Alright, so I had to take that off so it doesn't, because my fingers are going to do too much. Yeah, A7, flat 9, flat 13. I know I'll find it. Add 5. Woo! go eat. I'll take my medication. I'm 17 minutes behind, but I'll catch y'all later on the next videos. Keep practice, stay focused, and stay locked in. And happy practice. It's most people say happy practice. All right, happy practice. And hope some of y'all have a wonderful Sunday service. And y'all pray that I'll have strength enough to make it tomorrow, because I got to do it overnight. And so may the force be with me again. Have to do an overnighter. So hopefully I can pull this off. Have to do it overnight. That's gonna be interesting. So let me go eat something, take my medication, and go take a nap. Catch y'all later. And y'all have a good one. Don't forget, Play by Sight, edition number 1, or 2. Edition number 1. This is the hardcover. Y'all see the paperback over there. Alright. And the chords that I'm pulling, like I said, I'm pulling from my master, but I don't left my master, y'all. That's crazy. I don't left my master and start pulling chords off the top of my head as I sit here and play on the keyboard. And I'm dropping it in the book, as y'all can see that I went to try to verify that chord. So I might still go ahead and put that big chord in there, but chances are hearing a musician playing it, that's a tough chord because you're using all your fingers to do it. But nice chord, but it's gonna be tough for some of us beginners, or maybe even intermediate level. But you can do it. It's just time over time. You just sit there and keep practicing. Stay focused. Stay locked in, and do your thing. Peace and grease. Y'all have a good one. I'm out. Bop, bop. Bop, bop, bop. Bop, bop. Bump, bump. Bump, bump. Bump, bump. Bump, bump. Bump, bump. Bump, bump. Ooh, my phone is almost dead. Dead to the donut. Time to charge it up. Hey, y'all ain't going.